Hi everyone, I'm Ash.
And I'm Joe, and welcome. And today we're having a nice little general chat just about events past. Been about a week since we recorded, and yeah, a couple of things have happened,
It's
such
been a
as
busy week.
it's been a busy week, yes, indeed. Yeah, personal life, work life, all that been very busy, but also Tesla has been fairly busy as well.
Yes, there's been a lot going on. Tesla, crypto. It's just busy.
Everything's busy. Yes. So, I mean, the most recent thing that happened was yesterday's lithium refinery plant breaking ground.
Yeah, I watched SMR's video on that this morning.
Yes, and that was cool. They did say they were going to do that this month, and they're doing it like we what slightly into the second week of this month, and they're doing it.
Looks like
So,
Elon times adjusted with daylight savings time.
oh man,
Sorry, I had to. I couldn't help myself.
uh, yeah. I mean, everyone went quite nuts about the rack that was on the back of a Cybertruck. Personally, I'm not too big a fan of it. I think that's going to be like roof bars on your car that just adds a load of wind noise.
Yep, pointless.
And if it can be avoided, I will avoid it. And I think the drag is also going to reduce range. So, no, I don't think that's for me.
No,
No.
it's not
Um,
for me either.
considering electric cars are a lot quieter, you hear road noise a lot more. And considering when you have roof bars on your vehicle and you go fast, it's a lot noisier than the vehicle. Also depends on the type of roof bars, but yeah. That rack thing sounds like it's gonna cut through wind like no tomorrow. I think that
Yeah, I
would
don't.
drive me insane.
Yeah, it's not for me. That is.
No.
I was in my mate's Tesla the other day. It's lovely. I'm not gonna lie.
You were what?
I was in my mate's Tesla the other day.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's so simple in there.
Oh yeah, it's really, really nice.
Massively stripped back.
Yes, there's no clutter. I love it. Like a lot of people don't like it, but I absolutely love that
I
it's
think it's
just
brilliant. Everything's just on the screen. There's nothing
yeah.
else there.
And the thing is with everything on the screens and with the buttons on the steering wheel all being software programmable to be doing other things, everything is changeable. You don't have a dedicated button for something. I mean, you still have your hazard light, yeah, hazard lights button and stuff like that, which you have to have, which makes sense. But stuff like your aircon and stuff like this, it's all changeable. It's all programmable. It's like it just makes so much more sense to have it on a screen rather than have dedicated buttons
Right.
because you can't change a dedicated button.
No. And how often do you change your settings and stuff in any case? It's not
No,
that
but
often.
it gives Tesla the flexibility to change as they see fit. If they come up with better ways, better user interfaces and stuff like that, like tweaks to user interface, because that for some people that's a big deal. It's the user interface. It's one
No,
of the main
definitely.
reasons why I don't have an Apple phone. I just
No,
don't
thank
get
you.
along with the interface.
I've never been an Apple fan.
No, I like the computers. I just don't use them because of games. But I would rather use a Mac than a Windows PC if it wasn't for the fact that I like to play games.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll go that far. Macs are awesome,
It's a
but
vastly better experience than Windows. When Microsoft sucks. Absolutely despise Microsoft. But anyway,
what can you do? Never going to
yes.
get away from that one. Well, we'll do eventually.
So yeah, I think the user interface thing is a good thing. Being able to tweak it and improve and improve and improve. It's just it's not gonna be for everyone, unfortunately. Another thing that happened about a week ago, Sawyer Merritt. Sorry, I'm just on my Twitter profile. Sawyer Merritt tweeted out that Tesla is currently opening an average of one new supercharger site globally every 13 hours.
I saw that.
And we're talking site, not stall, site. Most sites have more than 10 stalls, the new ones that they're opening. Rare that they do ones with only 8 stalls in it these days.
I wonder where in the world these are scattered.
I think here in the UK we're over 100 Tesla charge supercharger locations now. which is
Not bad.
awesome. Yeah, it's really good. Just need one down in Isle of Wight. There's nothing there. Just need one in the island. That'll be good.
Hey,
Yeah.
I spoke to my mate. He's with EDF, by the way, for your charging
Ah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah,
French
seven
company.
pound. Cost him £7 to fully charge his car.
I've worked at an EDF facility down. I probably can't say it for
No, don't.
legal reasons, but I've worked at the EDF facility, and they had there, and this is now probably 2017. They had a couple of Nissan Leafs sitting there doing vehicle to grid. Okay, probably not 2017. It's probably closer to 2019. This was, but yeah, they were using Nissan Leafs to test out vehicle to grid, and I thought that's pretty cool. I thought it's a waste. Very expensive battery that is, but it,
Yes.
vehicle to grid for me makes sense when you do it domestically in your house when your power is down and you can then power your house locally. Yes, using vehicles to power the entire grid,
That's
mm,
just silly.
that's just very expensive batteries. You better off by doing mega packs and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's a feasible idea, to be honest.
I mean, a lot of people see it as once robo taxis, once most people don't own cars and everybody uses robo taxis, when the robo taxis are not in use for driving, then they can be used for vehicle to grid, which then kind of makes sense because you don't care if the battery gets degraded, do you? You don't care
No,
if you lose 20% of the range of the vehicle over the next 10 years because you don't care.
no, it's not your car.
No, so at that point, yes, vehicle to grid does make sense to me, but before that, mm, only for domestic use. But yeah, back to the Tesla Superchargers. It's a massive, massive sleeping giant that people don't factor in. This Tesla Supercharger ability. Yeah, I don't know
It's
what
no, it's you're right. It is an
it's.
absolutely massive thing. Like especially with the fact that they're opening their charges up to other vehicles and stuff as well. It's just a complete game changer, which again people don't seem to notice.
No, and again, the thing about it's just a car company, isn't it? Two things we
Yeah,
talked
no,
about today: lithium refinery, just a car company. What car company does lithium refinery? What car company has their own fuel stations? Global, worldwide fuel stations.
not heard of any.
They generate, as we saw in the Investor Day video, they currently, with the solar that they've installed, generate more power than what they use for all their chargers and their factories. So
Correct.
they effectively, granted it's not like it because most of the solar they installed is for like people's houses and stuff, but they've installed more capacity than what they use. So they effectively, you could think about it as they make their own fuel. So they are the extraction, they are the refining, they are the fuel station, and they are the car. So it's end to end. It's
One stop
amazing.
shop. Get all your stuff done.
Yeah, the monopoly of Tesla is just yeah. Okay, so I just quickly want to share the screen here. Okay, so this is Now You Know's channel's supercharger reviews, but
Hmm.
it's also a good indication of where the superchargers. I know there's another website that actually shows better where all the superchargers is, but pretty much every supercharger has a review, so this is also very good to show you the reviews. I think Tesla has their own map somewhere, which I should really go find. But yeah, just to give you an idea, England there's 164 supercharger locations. In Scotland there's 13. Ireland there's 13. I mean, I'll probably have to zoom out a heck of a lot more to see the US. 1,130 plus 1,190. That's a lot. China 2,000. It's mad.
There's
Europe
none in
1,000.
Africa.
There's some in Africa because there's three in Morocco.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'll be the top end of Africa, not the bottom end, mate. They don't have enough electric to flip and get their houses sorted out, let alone run their cars.
But that shows you how much of the world still needs covering, hey?
Mm.
Most of the southern hemisphere is not touched at all. Like there's a couple in Australia and New Zealand, and that's it. The rest of, well, to be frank, it's not like most people they can't afford the vehicles that Tesla currently make. When they make the cheaper ones, then yes. But look at Russia.
So
You got
nothing.
You got two in Moscow. That's it. And
That is madness.
you're clearly not going to expand. Was this two reviews or two stalls? I think this is two reviews. Yeah, I need to find the actual Tesla charging map thing because this is
I think that'll
crazy.
be a lot more accurate.
Yeah, but yeah, just as a guideline of what car company has this. If you compare this, the nearest one that has something like this is VW's Electrify America, and what's it called in Europe?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
I was going to go to SMR's one, but yeah, you'll have to bleep me out if I say that.
So yeah, that's it about Tesla's superchargers.
It is brilliant. It's also amazing to see how far they've come in such a short time. Even just a few years back when me and you was having these conversations, you couldn't have the same conversation we're having now. Not a chance.
No chance. I mean, geez, what was it? I think they're a total of 45,000 stalls or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago, they were what, 20,000?
Something along them lines.
They are absolutely massively growing the supercharger network. Yeah.
It's not
Oh,
just a supercharger; it's everything that they're growing as well.
yes, like the lithium refinery. This lithium refinery, once scaled up, they said they'd be able to do enough battery grade lithium for 1 million vehicles. Now, if you look at the footprint of it, it doesn't seem that big.
No, I just like the video of Kathy Wood last couple of days where she completely laid into people again.
She's savage. I like
Oh,
it.
I love her, mate. Honestly, she's brilliant. Sometimes I do think, wow, okay, but it's not often that I disagree with her.
It's kind of a bit like Elon, where she's very optimistic, but isn't that a
Yes,
good thing?
of course, yes.
So, I think it's better to be optimistic and sometimes be wrong than to be pessimistic and always be wrong, because sometimes things are going to go right.
Yes. Well, it's like the old thing. If you wake up in the morning and you go, oh, I'm not going to get this done, you're not going to get it done. If you
Yeah,
wake up in the morning and you go, I'm doing this today, there's a very likely chance you'll get that done. It's state of mind. That is what it's about. You draw to you what you give out in the world. So if you're going to be pessimistic and it's never going to happen, this, that, and the other, no, it's not going to happen because you don't want it to happen. If you want it to happen, it'll happen.
yeah, exactly.
So yes, she is optimistic, and yes, Elon is optimistic. That's why we get such a thing as Elon time and everything else that goes along with that. But again, it is not a bad thing.
Yeah,
What is now all of a sudden a bad thing to have vision? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. We're living in 2023 with the current state of affairs in the world we're in. Yes, you can't have a good outlook on life, otherwise you're not fitting the narrative.
yes.
I don't
So
know. I
I've turned
don't see
stuff
it.
off. Okay, I want to share this because it's again back to superchargers. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's
No, it's
freaking
fine.
awesome.
You said it's just a chat, so you can go back and forth as many times as you want.
Okay, there we go. Superchargers. Tesla's map. This is on Tesla's website. You can find it anyway. And they should use a little bit different colors, I think. It's hard to see some of the grey stuff. But I think these ones, yeah, all the grey ones are planned superchargers or busy in construction. So you can see there's a lot of grey ones, more planned. There's one there. This one is probably not even needed, to be honest, because from that one to drive across to there is 110 miles, give or take, something like that. Name one Tesla that can't do 110 miles.
I see what you're saying, but that Weymouth, that area is a busy area, mate. I can see why they've got one there. There's a lot
Yeah,
going on there.
yeah. And this one's probably also a bit better
Yeah,
located.
Portsmouth, that's needed.
Yeah,
That's
that's needed
that's
because this one is a bit out of the way. You'd have to, if you come down the A3M, you'd have to go that way to then go that way. When's this one opening? Because I am doing this journey. Quarter 1, 2024, not early enough. That's a shame. Let's see if they got nothing planned on Isle of Wight. Literally need one, just like a 4 stall would be enough. Because there is almost nothing. There is, however, destination chargers, but they're at hotels and stuff. So, and the destination charger is terrible. Yeah, Tesla chargers, see, available for customers. This is some sort of hotel or something, and this one is the same. Seaview Hotel, available for customers. Please call ahead. And then 1 year. So these are hotels and stuff that's installed their own destination chargers.
Yeah, like anything you can have on your wall outside your house, basically.
Yeah, basically. So, I mean, just look at that map. There's like freaking dots everywhere. It's funny how you got very little in between here, and then you get to China, and then there's stuff again. I mean,
Yeah,
it
but
kind
what sort of countries are you hovering over there, dude? Come on.
exactly. It does make sense, doesn't it?
But nothing against those countries, don't get me wrong, but
But
they are third world countries. Same with Africa. That's why
and
there's
it's
numbers.
countries where you have regular conflicts.
Yes.
Even though Israel has constant conflicts, and yeah,
That is true.
they seem pretty well covered, to be quite honest, as far as Israel's concerned. Where's the border between Syria?
No, there's the United Arab Emirates states as well. There's quite a few there. Yeah, they will be there this year
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
So they will be in certain areas where there is,
yeah.
I guess, more people, more demand, that sort of thing.
So you could
But
almost drive from Turkey to Israel through Syria, but you probably don't want to.
hell no.
No. India is still completely uncovered, which I actually find quite surprising. But I know it's because the Indian government has been sort of like, kind of blocking it because they want more control or something. It's a
Give it a
very
few
interesting
years.
map. I find this very, very interesting. Yeah, look at that there. South Korea, nothing in North Korea. Again, politics. These things make
Yeah, it's
sense.
politics and adoption. That's where it comes in. If
South,
your government don't want it to come in there, it can't be adopted, can it?
nah, my gosh, South Korea is very well covered in my opinion. I would say almost better than the UK. Oh my gosh, yeah, this
No,
is good.
but the UK is tiny, dude. If you think about it,
Oh, the UK is tiny.
to be fair,
This,
there's probably overkill what we've got in the UK for what you actually need.
yeah,
Especially if people got chargers at their houses, you really don't need all this, to be
no.
honest.
This one's a decent one. So the one at South Mims. Look there, 12 superchargers. So that's type 3.
I was there not long ago.
Yeah. And this is what I spoke about last time, is this section here. There's almost no fuel stations on the motorway on this section here.
No, there isn't.
And yet Tesla has stuff that's just off the motorway. This is a Hilton hotel. And it's available to everybody. And there is 24 freaking chargers. That's awesome.
Well, to be fair, it's needed on that stretch of the M25 because if you get
Yeah.
stuck there, you can get stuck there for days.
But yeah, that's Tesla's charging map, and I mean we could go hammer on the US, but quite honestly, that's their problem. Other people are dealing with that. We're in the UK, we care about that.
They've got their own issues at this moment. I think Tesla chargers is not the biggest issue that they're dealing with. They need to sort out their banks.
Yes, yes,
They've got
indeed.
much bigger fish to fry.
Yes.
It's mad though. I think it was this morning's video from SMR when he was saying how many billions Tesla is going to make on these tax credits that the government's handing out.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
I think that's today's video. So if you've not watched it, that'll be why. And
Mm.
he just breaks it down, and then up to I think it's 2034 or something.
What is that when it gets phased out?
Yes, and that's when it stops. I can't remember the exact dates, but by that time, it's going to start at 2 billion, and I think it's going to end at like 15 billion.
Is this a Patreon video or YouTube video?
It's YouTube video.
My gosh, what a waste of money, hey? I agree with
15
SMR. Thank you, but it's not
15
needed.
billion pounds.
I mean,
Like, why?
look here in the UK.
And it's not 15 billion pounds total. It goes from 2, and then 2 years later it goes to 4, and then 2 years later it goes to 8 or 6, and it jumps like that. By the end of it,
that's per year.
per year, and then by the end
Yeah.
of it, their last payment will be 15 billion. So it's
Wow.
the 15 plus the 13 plus the 10.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, no, that's a lot of money over that period of time. And as they say, it is Not necessary at all. Look here in the UK, we have no more EV incentives,
No,
like tax incentives and stuff like that. The UK government's gotten rid of it, and yet the Model Y is the best-selling car in the UK. Car, not EV, car.
car altogether.
It just shows you don't need these incentives. It is gonna happen. It's inevitable. The
Well,
only thing governments need to do is put their foot down and keep on with the targets of 2030, 2035, whatever.
yeah, but now you've got short-term investors going to your OEMs that they want them to stop making electric cars because they're not making money on them.
Well,
So how stupid can you be?
then they're
Okay,
gonna die.
let's just stop making money. You carry on investing in the company for the next 5 years, and your investment will go to zero.
Exactly. Nothing.
Yeah. See how much of you took. What return do you get on zero?
Yeah. Um. Honestly, I agree that Ford is doing the right moves. They are gonna come out much smaller than what they originally were.
Yeah.
Um. Once the ICE division dies and they only have the Ford Blue left, hopefully by that point, no,
Yeah,
Ford
but
Blue.
this is Ford that I'm talking about. Their investments are going. They wanted to stop making EVs.
Yeah, I know, but the question is, are they gonna do it? Um.
Listen, I don't want to see any of them go out of business. I've always been
Actually,
a car guy. I love cars. I
I
love
kind of,
engines, which is why it's taken very, very long for me to go, fine, I'll have a Tesla. There's a reason.
yeah. I like cars. I like driving them, but at the same time, I like the convenience of the technology that we're getting. I like, you compare from like 20 years ago when you didn't have, active cruise control, lane keep assist, and all these things. Like some of them need a lot of improving, but then you compare it to Tesla and you drive in the Tesla and its features, and it's just like, yeah, it's miles above the rest.
Yeah, it's complete next level. I was watching the other day while I was driving with my friend, and the screen shows you everything, absolutely everything. If there's a
Yes,
cone, and the cone was placed, I don't know, a meter further back than the other ones. It
yeah,
shows you that. It
yeah,
doesn't just show you there's a line of cones. No, no, no. It
no,
shows that one's out by X amount, or whatever
yeah,
the case may be.
yeah, yeah. It's awesome. Oh, I really can't wait. It's gonna be sick.
It is
Um,
brilliant. Quite rapid as well. It doesn't even have the dual motor.
well, you drove the standard one.
Yeah,
What was it, the three or why?
a three.
Did you drive or did your friend drive?
I drove.
Ah, nice. Yeah, I mean the 0 to 60 on the standard one is about six something seconds.
Yeah, it's still quick enough.
How does that compare to BMW?
It's roughly the same.
Yeah.
Then again, I only got a baby BMW. It's only a 2 liter. It's nothing major. But yeah, it's roughly the same, but it doesn't feel the same.
No, no, because it's instant and constant acceleration.
Yes, that's
You,
that's where
you don't
the difference comes in.
you don't have that rocking movements when you change gears.
No, well, I
And
don't have it in anyways in mind at all.
yeah, you also got automatic, don't you?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I'm this van I currently have. I'm still on the van. I'm actually getting my van back today.
Ah,
So
nice.
I've had the transporter now for just over 2 weeks. That's how long it took them to fix my van, and they've only fixed the rattle, the mechanical faults. They can't figure out the software faults. Yeah,
Pathetic.
yeah. So I'm still on the transporter. Stopping it today. Yeah, the changing gears. My gosh, I don't miss that. I
No.
I get it when you're on a racetrack and you want to have the control and whatnot. Was it Matt from CarWow who just did the Model Y performance versus an Audi RS4?
Yeah.
And when the Audi RS4 was driven, in racing mode or whatever the hell it was, and they had the revs control and all that, then yeah, the RS4 won once and the Model Y won once. Bear in mind the RS4 cost I think 25,000 more
Hmm.
starting price, so okay. Versus and the RS4 is an estate, so lower profile versus a Model Y which is a SUV.
Hmm.
20,000 more, and they each won once. You would think an SUV should be more drag, more whatever. The
Definitely.
The thing is where it came in was top speed. That's all it came into. The Y won off the line every single time, and then the RS4 would catch up on the top speed. When they put the RS4 into regular driving mode, where it had, I'm assuming it had some sort of, I think it has flappy paddles. So
Hmm.
when you drive in sport mode, you control the gears, and when you
Yes.
regular drive, because it had to downshift first, they did a rolling start. Because it had to downshift and then pull away, that small lag that was there, even though it's an automatic, was enough for the Tesla to just absolutely destroy it.
Oh yeah, it will do. Most definitely. I could feel that,
But,
especially like when you say if you let off and then next moment you need power again. In the car, it'll be slow to get to that point, whereas in the
yeah,
Tesla, it's fucking it's just there.
I mean, at the finish line, they were basically on top of each other. It was almost the exact. It was pretty much they both got the exact same thing. But on the pull away from 60, I think it was 50 or 60 miles an hour, they were doing from there, the pull away. My gosh, that instant torque on the electric is just brilliant.
No, I saw something on YouTube the other day. It was a dual motor that flipping done a quarter mile with a Hellcat. Hellcat didn't win.
Oh my gosh.
There
But
were
do you,
so many Mustangs supporters that was fuming about that.
why Mustang supporters?
It's a Hellcat. Mustang is a Hellcat. The Hellcat is a Mustang. It's a Ford Mustang.
I thought the Hellcat was a Dodge.
No.
Ah,
Is it? No, it's not. Hellcat is not a Dodge, it's a Ford.
I thought that the Hellcat was a modification of the Dodge Charger or
Now
something.
you're letting me.
Yeah, Dodge
It
Challenger
is.
SRT.
It is Dodge. Sorry, you are right. I stand
I'm like,
corrected.
what are you talking about?
But yeah, twin motor pissed all over that on a quarter mile.
Yeah, what can I say?
To be fair, I also wouldn't be happy if I owned one of them and the electric car was faster than me.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. That would suck big time. But
It would.
at the same time, we're talking about a dual motor. So was it a performance or a long range?
I'm not sure. It was just a YouTube video. Tesla Model 3 drops a Hellcat.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, this
okay.
I have to watch.
Yeah, it was probably a performance.
You would imagine so. It's not going to be your average bog standard one, is it?
I think the Model 3 performance is 3.2 seconds or something like that.
Oh, sorry,
Oh,
sunburn.
that's fine. I burnt as well last weekend. Did you see the Tesla's Model S track package thing on the
Mm-mm.
Nürburgring?
No, I can't say that I did.
Literally goes up to 325 kilometers an hour.
Mm.
Basically, that's where it's speed limited at
Wow.
with the track package. And all the track package does is unlock that extra higher speed because they give you these crazy freaking brakes. It cost a fortune. They must be making an absolute killing on this package.
Most
But
definitely.
yeah, it's different tires and different brakes. That's it. And I think it cost 27 grand for this track package on top of a Model S Plaid's price already. Yeah, yeah. So
Eesh.
I don't see how a set of tires, granted they like racing tires, they're not actually legal in Europe. You can't drive on them. You can only put them on the track and brakes. So let's say it's 10 grand for the kit.
No, that's yeah, I don't know how that pricing works, but there's a lot of profit involved in that one.
But yeah, it's also a software unlock. So the car can tell if it has the brakes, and the car can tell if it has the tires. And when it has that, then it unlocks that top speed, 325 kilometers an hour.
These cars are getting too clever.
Was it divided by 0.6 or times 1.6?
Divided, isn't it? 0.6, if I'm not
No,
mistaken.
325 times or 325 divided by 1.6. It's 203 miles an hour.
Plenty fast enough.
That's way than fast, way more than fast enough. I want to see, I want to see that at a drag strip. I'm sure there must be some videos out there already.
There will be.
I know there's people that get mad when the Model S Plaid does under 10 seconds at drag strips. Like the guys literally have to throttle themselves because people get mad at them because they're going too fast. And there's drag strips that's like will kick you off for going too fast.
Well, that's just silly. It's a drag strip.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry. My electric car is faster than your ice cars, and therefore I'm not allowed to play with you anymore.
Yeah,
That's just ridiculous.
yeah. No, there's one guy that does these videos about it, and it's really good. Where he goes and like, yeah, some points where the race manager or owner or whatever will say, okay, this run, go flat out. And then he goes and he does like low 9 seconds and stuff. And it's like, yeah.
Ouch.
But they try and match him up with a car that should be able to beat him. But yeah, most of the time it's not
Mm-mm.
because it's regular cars.
Yes, it's not instant power, unfortunately.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add? I think we're
No, I
good.
think that's pretty much where we need to be. I've got a couple of
Hmm.
bits and pieces I need to crack on with as well.
Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Thanks for watching. Have a good one.